Okay, guys, we're going to be doing how to solve a quadratic through completing squares. Now, just to remind you, there's three ways to solve a quadratic, okay? One is, yeah, you're right, factoring. Two is completing the square. That's what to do if factoring doesn't work. All right, and the third way is the quadratic formula, and this guy always works. So if you're ever stuck with a quadratic, meaning it has a squared, all you got to do is plug it into the quadratic formula, which, yes, you must memorize, but just remember the song. Negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. All right, so how do we do it? Well, the first thing we're going to start off with is just labeling a, b, and c. So we have a, b, and c. All right. Well, this is already set equal to 0, so we don't have much to do. Our a term is 2, our b term is 7, and our c term is negative 3. From there, all we have to do is start plugging in. So we know that our roots are going to be equal to negative b, which is negative 7 plus or minus the square root of 7 squared minus 4 times 2 times negative 3. Okay? Now this all goes over 2 times a. So just plugging into the formula is your first step. All right? The second step is just simplifying a bit. So we're going to get x equals negative 7 plus or minus the square root of 49 minus, well, 4 times 2 times negative 3. That's going to be negative 24 all over 4. Okay, follow me down just a little bit. What's our next step? Well, keep simplifying. So we get x equals negative 7 plus or minus 49 minus negative 24 is actually positive 63, the square root of it, all over 73. 73, I knew that. You know why I knew that? Because I looked at the answer choices, always very beneficial. All over 4. And I look at my radical. Can I simplify that? No. So now I just look at my answer choices, and sure enough, look at it. It's right there for the taking. That's it. That's how you use the quadratic formula. Well, let's try one more, okay? This one might be a little more tricky, all right? So first, let's look at this. To solve a quadratic, it always has to be set equal to 0. So for this one, we actually have to set it equal to 0 by subtracting 9 from both sides. So to start this off, make sure it's always equal to 0. So we're going to get y squared minus 3y minus 9 equals 0. That's the way to start these guys off. Then you write your a, b, and c. A, b, c. Well, our a is a 1, nothing there, so it's just a 1 coefficient. Our coefficient for b is negative 3, and our coefficient for c is negative 9, even though it's poorly written. Alright, we just plug into our formula, so x is equal to negative 3, negative b, plus or minus b squared, negative 3 squared, minus 4ac, all over 2a. 2 times 1. Well, from here it's just about simplifying. Negative 3 is positive 3, plus or minus the square root of 9, minus, well, when I do the math here, it's going to be 4 times 1 times negative 9, which is negative 36, all over 2. Let's keep going. We're doing such a good job. So x equals 3 plus or minus the square root of 45, all over 2. Well, I look at my answer choices because I think I'm done here, but look, it's not in there. And that's because my radical actually hasn't been simplified. This 45 can be simplified further, and that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to have to simplify just a little more. What happened there? How do I go back? 1, 2, 3. There we go. We got to simplify this, okay? And so let's take a look over here. I'm going to just simplify this over here. So 45 is split into 9 times 5, which splits into 3 times 3. I got my two buddies who come out of jail, so I get 3 square root 5. Let's go back over here and plug that in. So I get 3 plus or minus 3 square root 5. That's just the square root of 45 simplified all over 2. Can I simplify this guy further? Nope, not at all. I go to my answer choices, and sure enough, my guy's right there. Beautifully done, and that is how you use the quadratic formula.